for another Madden 23 Commanders franchise gameplay. For those of you that are new to the channel, man, go ahead and do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. I post a lot of franchise gameplays here on the channel, and I would hate for you guys to miss out on a single episode. But for those who have been following this Washington Commanders team for a while now, we are now in week number 3, and our Commanders are sitting with a nice record of 2-0. The last time you saw this team on the field was week number 1, where we ended up walking away with the win on the road up against the San Diego Red Dragons. We were supposed to have a game in week number 2, but we ended up getting the sim win there, just unable to match up with the Houston Gunners, aka the Green Bay Packers. Like I already told you guys in the last video, man, there's a lot of relocations teams in this franchise now. Everybody wants to move around. And speaking about moving around, we're going to be moving around a player on our roster. We have a trade to talk about here in week number 3. It's a trade that was long overdue. We ended up sending Kendall Fuller to the Minnesota Vikings in exchange for a second-round draft pick. And like I said, man, this was a trade that was long overdue. I was trying to get this trade done last season before I even had to re-sign Kendall Fuller. But I just definitely did not want to let this guy walk away because I knew he could at least be an asset and bring draft capital to our team. So ended up sending him away. We have an abundance of freaking cornerbacks and defensive backs in general, so not really something that we're going to miss. I mean, I do like Kendall Fuller in real life, but in the game, he's all right, man. We can replace him. But anyways, today's game up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They come in today's matchup with a record of 1-1. This is going to be our first game at our brand new stadium. For those of you that forgot from season number 2, remember, we ended up going ahead and building ourselves a brand new stadium for our Washington Commanders. Can't be dropping boo-boo water on our fans with a team that's this nice. So, I mean, this is going to be a great one. Our season opener technically was supposed to be last week in week number 2, but I mean, better late than never. So, technically speaking, our Commanders are undefeated at home, and that's definitely going to be a streak that we will look to continue for as long as possible. But we're going to have to slow down the stars of the Pittsburgh Steelers, such as Bijan Robinson, Kyle Lewis, TJ Watt, and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Enough with the scouting, though. Let's get to the game and beat the Steelers. It's time for a Sunday night showdown from the new and improved FedEx Field. As the Washington Commanders take the field, they're ready to put on a show in front of this packed house, and they will be getting the ball to start things off. And it's going to be Teddy Freeman bringing this ball out of his own end zone, looking for some blocks, but nothing really aligned there. Stopped down at the 17-yard line. That's where Aaron Rodgers and this offense will take over. First down is a handoff to the running back, Austin Eckler. He's only able to get right back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10 from the 17. Rodgers looking to throw, and TJ Watt quickly introduces himself to the quarterback, sacking him all the way back to the 6-yard line. Third down to 21, Aaron Rodgers with ice in his veins ends up finding Robert Tonyan in the middle of the field, gets all the way up to the 29-yard line for a Commanders first down. First down and 10 with a jet sweep here. It goes to Tyler Harrell. Didn't get a single block at all on that. Ends up losing a yard back to the 28-yard line. Second down and 11 for Aaron Rodgers with ice in his vein, and TJ Watt closing in on him. Staying strong in the pocket. Ends up finding his running back underneath the coverage for a decent gain. It's third down and 6. Rodgers needing a conversion here. Going for Tyler Harrell, who breaks a tackle there. Tyler Harrell turns on the speed. Has the first down as he's forced out of bounds at the 45-yard line. What a play made there by not the rookie anymore, the first-year guy, Tyler Harrell. After the conversion, Aaron Rodgers going for the end zone for Teddy Freeman. And he had a step, but Aaron Rodgers just barely overthrew the 98-speed wide receiver. At least a second down, we set up the screen, but the Steelers were able to sniff that one out, stopping Antonio Gibson in the backfield for a loss of 5. Another third down. Can Aaron Rodgers convert this one? Going for Terry McLaurin. He's got him on the out route. Nice catch there in front of Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Terry McLaurin keeps this drive alive and has the Commanders' offense inside of Steelers territory. First down and 10, going to Austin Eckler, searching for something on the ground. That's going to be his best carry of the day, going for a gain of 4 yards. Second down and 6 from the 35-yard line. Handoff goes to Antonio Gibson. Finds a lot more running room. Breaks one tackle as he stiff arms a man at the 20-yard line. He's finally going to be brought down at the 18 after a gain of 17 yards on the play. Inside the red zone for the first time today. And Aaron Rodgers going right back to Tyler Harrell for a nice gain of 3 yards. Second down now from the 15-yard line. Rodgers still throwing. Finding Robert Tonyan wide open in the middle of the field, fighting for the goal line, but Robert Tonyan is going to be stopped just 2 yards shy. First down and goal now for the Commanders in goal line formation here. Handoff goes to Austin Eckler, and has no problem. Gets into the end zone untouched. And I think officially we can call that the first touchdown of the new stadium, even though we technically had our first home game in week number 2. But I don't know who scored the first touchdown there. I mean, I know we ended up getting the win and had a couple touchdowns scored, but I don't know who scored the first one, so we're just going to go ahead and give it to Austin Eckler. Now here comes the Washington defense on their first possession of the day, and look at that. Rashaad Gary introduces himself to Kenny Pickett, hits him as he releases that ball. 2nd down and 10. Rashaad Gary's right back on the quarterback, Kenny Pickett, but this time he's able to get that ball off to his wide receiver Pickens for a first down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, handoff goes to Bijan Robinson. He's heading in the wrong direction, ends up losing 6 yards on the play. 2nd down and 16, throw across the middle to Pickens, had that ball in his hands, but it was knocked out incomplete by Quan Alexander. 3rd down and 16, and Pickett is sandwiched in between Montez Sweat and Rashaad Gary. This Commanders defense is scary, man. It is scary. Our front four is just not allowing Kenny Pickett the time to go through his reads at all. Uh-oh, look at this. Kenny McIntosh lets that punt go over his head, picks it up at the 1-yard line, gets away from a couple of Steelers fighting for the 10-yard line, but he's going to be stopped at the 9. Definitely could have been a better return if he would have actually caught the ball. 1st down and 10 from the 9-yard line. Rodgers throwing. He's going to be intercepted by Hopkins. Hopkins has the ball and gives the Steelers possession at the 13-yard line, starting to drive off inside the red zone. Let's see what Kenny Pickett can do. Bijan Robinson gets his number called, gets the handoff, and fights forward for a decent amount of yards. He's still going all the way down to the 8-yard line, gets him, well, a little bit closer to positive yardage, still sitting with a -1 rushing yards, but that's going to get him some positive yards as he fights his way down inside the 5-yard line, brought down by Montez Sweat at the 3. 1st down and goal here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Definitely want to punch this one into the end zone and tie this one up, and it's going to be a jet sweep going to Pickens, and he's going to easily get that one into the end zone, and the Pittsburgh Steelers capitalize off of the early interception thrown there by Aaron Rodgers, and that was just a bad read by me, man. I mean, everything about that last play call was just horrible. I mean, the play itself, the execution of the play was just terrible. Now we're back out on the field trying to redeem ourselves. 1st down from the 25-yard line. Handoff goes to the running back, Austin Eckler. Gets away from one Steeler, breaks a tackle there. Minkah Fitzpatrick ends up powering his way all the way up to the 40-yard line for a huge gain of 15 yards on the play. 1st down and 10 for Aaron Rodgers, looking to set up the screen here to Austin Eckler. Has some blockers out in front of him. Austin Eckler lowering his shoulder, ends up getting a nice gain of 6 yards to the 46-yard line. 2nd down and 4, and Aaron Rodgers looking to throw, has a wide open Terry McLaurin underneath, and look at that, scary Terry in the open field, bruising ankles all the way down to the 26-yard line for another Commanders 1st down. 1st down and 10, another completion for Aaron Rodgers, right back to the money man Tyler Harrell, gets the 1st down as he's down at the 15-yard line. Back inside the red zone, we want to end with another touchdown. Handoff goes to Antonio Gibson, who powers his way forward for a gain of 4 to the 11-yard line. 2nd down and 6, firing for the end zone, and Terry McLaurin is wide open. You gotta guard scary Terry when it comes to the end zone, man. We've got red zone threat on him because he is option number 1, 2, and 3, especially if you leave him in one-on-one coverage. If you just leave him uncovered completely, oh man, what are you doing out there? Now the Steelers are about to get the ball back here, facing a 7-point deficit yet again, and we're going to be looking for our defense to get us another stop to hold them to no points. And yes, I said no points because I don't count those 7 points given up on that last drive on our defense. That was solely on the back of Aaron Rodgers. If he wouldn't have thrown that interception, we would be all good right now. 1st down and 10 for the Steelers, right back to Bijan Robinson. Ends up fighting for a gain of 3 yards. It's the 2-minute warning. 2nd down and 7 from the 33-yard line. Pickett's in trouble. Hit by Montez Sweat. And that ball is going to be intercepted by Jamin Davis, who's off on the return. Jamin Davis inside the 5. That's going to be a Commanders defensive touchdown. What a play there by our defense, man. Jamin Davis, right place, right time, gets that interception off of Kenny Pickett, and it's now a 14-point deficit for the Pittsburgh Steelers early in the first half. You see what I'm saying now about this Commanders defense, man? As long as we're putting them in position to have success, they're pretty damn good. But if we're giving the other team possession of the ball already inside the red zone, I mean, there's only but so much that any great team could end up doing in a situation like that. And oh my goodness, Pickett almost got away with another potential interception. 2nd down and 1, throwing underneath for Bijan Robinson, who has the catch, and Bijan Robinson across the midfield mark, finally going to be tackled down at the 47-yard line. A nice play there by the Steelers, and they're going to go hurry up offense here with a minute left in the second quarter. Handoff goes to Bijan Robinson, and our run defense is stout, man, stopping him for just a gain of 2 yards on the play, forcing the Steelers to burn their first of 3 timeouts at the 58-second mark. Pickett back to throw here yet again on 2nd down, and Montez Sweat is all over him, forcing another incompletion, but this time is not intercepted. 3rd down, and Pickett's in trouble. He's going to have to eat a sack here as Levante David comes free, getting him down at the midfield mark, and for whatever reason, I don't call timeout there. We just let a whole lot of time trickle off the clock, but the punt here from the Steelers is going to head out of the back of the end zone. We'll take over possession of the ball with 10 seconds left. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers can cook up here. Taking a shot deep downfield for Teddy Freeman, who has more than a step. He has the ball. He's going to be brought down at the opposite 25-yard line. Washington quickly calls a timeout to bring on their kicker, Jeremiah, from 42 yards out. That kick is going to be up and off the right upright. No good, but there is a flag on the play. We will get a second shot at this from 37 yards away. Jeremiah for redemption. His kick is going to be up, and this one is wide left. What is going on, man? Oh my goodness, where's Joey Sly when you need him? I don't know anything about this kicker. I can barely even pronounce dude's last name. I'm at the point where maybe I should just go ahead and put Tress Way at kicker. I mean, at least I know what I'm getting with Tress Way is more consistency. This Jeremiah dude is nothing but heartbreak city right now. I mean, how do you miss 2 field goals back to back, one off the right upright and then one wide left? I mean, I'm just glad that this game isn't any closer, where at least to the point where a field goal would really matter in this game. I'm just worried about those situations coming up, like maybe up against the Cowboys or any other good teams like the 49ers like this. Like, field goals matter, and right now I don't have a field goal kicker that I trust. Second out of 7, though, for Bijan Robinson, ends up powering his way all the way forward for a gain of 7 yards up to the 47-yard line. First down and 10, play action fake. No handoff yet again for Bijan Robinson. The Pittsburgh Steelers are leaning heavily into the run right now. It's not necessarily a bad thing for them right now. They're only down 2 scores, so they definitely have the time to still commit to the running attack. But at the same time, they got to score quickly, and more importantly, their defense is going to have to figure out a way to slow us down. First down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Handoff goes right back to Bijan Robinson, who hurdles over Levante Davis, but ends up tripping over him. Gains 9 yards on the play to the 23-yard line. Second down and 1, Pickett back to throw. Looking to go deep downfield. That ball's going to be swatted away by Benjamin St-Juste. If you pick up that other hand, man, you might have an interception. Third down and 1. There's an interception, though, and it's going to be for Joey Porter Jr. Joey's off to the races with one man to beat. It's Kyle Lewis, and he steps a little bit too far on his swerve, and Joey's gone. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown for the Washington Commanders. That's going to help push our lead to 21 points. And oh man, just a bad situation there for the Steelers. Not necessarily a bad play call as much as it was a bad read. He definitely had a man open. It was not George Pickens or whoever it was that he attempted to throw that ball to. It was actually Kyle Lewis, because I completely sold on my coverage with Percy Butler, and just lucky for me, Kenny Pickett just made the wrong read. And hey, shout out to Joey Porter for making a play on that drive there. But going back to that drive, my question for the Steelers is, why didn't you run the ball, man? I mean, Bijan Robinson was just a beast on that drive. Of all series, whenever you're handing the ball off to him, that was the one drive where I was just struggling to stop him completely. It was only 1 yard you needed. Just hand the ball off to him as an easy first down. First down and 10, though, from the 37-yard line. Quick throw in the flats to Kyle Lewis is going to be complete, but he gets blasted there by Joey Porter Jr., marked down at the 32-yard line. Second down and 5, right back to the ground attack here with Bijan Robinson. And as you see, Bijan Robinson has no problem in these short yardage situations right now, so I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe my defensive line is getting a little bit tired, or maybe this offensive line is finally starting to figure things out. But right there, we stop him in the backfield for a loss of a yard. 3 seconds left here in the third quarter, and the Steelers just barely get the snap away. Pickett's back to throw, ends up finding Kyle Lewis, and Kyle Lewis gets into the end zone for another Steelers touchdown. And I mean, I guess that helps the comeback efforts a little bit. They find themselves back down only 14 points. But again, back to a similar situation where they're going to have to rely on their defense to find a way to stop us. So far, their defense really hasn't been able to stop us. I put it up as we've only been able to stop ourselves. If it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers throwing that interception on the second drive of the day, the Steelers wouldn't have 7 of those 14 points. And 2, if our freaking kicker Jeremiah could kick a field goal, we would have a 17-point lead right now instead of a 14-point lead. But it is what it is right now. Second down and 2 after a nice run by Austin Eckler gets us to the 24-yard line. We go right back to Austin Eckler to pick up the remainder yardage, but this time the defensive line of the Steelers was ready for him, stopping him in the backfield for a loss of 2. Third down and 4, we go hurry up offense here. Aaron Rodgers back in the shotgun formation, draws back to throw, has time to scan, and finds a wide open Robert Tonyan there on the corner route to the 47-yard line, keeping the drive alive. alive, and now Aaron Rodgers is activated with his ability of dots. Handoff goes to Austin Eckler, and look at that. Eckler finding a lot of running room off that left side across midfield into Steelers territory at the 39-yard line. First down yet again. Man in motion is going to be Tyler Harrell, needing the blocks to align and got away from TJ Watt there, but didn't get the block he needed there on the edge. And if he did, boy, did he have so much more yardage to gain. Second down and 7, quick throw in the flats is going to be complete to Austin Eckler. Throws one off of him for the first down to the 27-yard line. First and 10 right back to the ground attack, this time with Antonio Gibson. Gibson's able to muster out a gain of a yard on the play. Gets us to second down and 9. We're under the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Set up the screen here to Austin Eckler. Gets away from a couple of defenders and shoves Stokes off of him and gets a nice gain of 6 yards. It's third down and 4 here from the 21-yard line. The Steelers defense needs to stop and really a turnover at this point, but they're still leaving Scary Terry wide open underneath. Gets a nice gain all the way down to the 6-yard line. First down and goal here for the Washington offense. Handoff goes to Austin Eckler, and Eckler with the moves there in the open space finds his way into the end zone, pushing the lead right back up to 21 for the Washington Commanders after the kick here from Jaber. I'm going to just start calling him not Joey Slye. That's his name from now on because it's easier to remember that he's not Joey Slye because Joey Slye would have made those field goals. But now facing a 21-point deficit with under 3 minutes left, let's see what the Steelers offense is going to come out and do. They're going to hand the ball off to Bijan Robinson. He's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage by Jonathan Allen for a loss of 4 yards on the play. Second down and 14, quick throw in the flats is going to be complete to Bell, but again, no yardage gained on the play. Brings up a third down and 14, and we are now at the 2-minute warning. Pickett back to throw, ends up finding Pittman Jr. wide open in the middle of the field, gets all the way up to the 44-yard line, but a lot of time wasted there with those first couple plays by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you don't have time to really play with, and they're just continuing to throw the ball in the flats. I mean, granted, he got out of bounds there, but you need chunk plays. You're down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter, taking a deep shot here to Pickens, and he makes the catch there, ends up eating the hit stick of Derek Forrest, and that is not an easy hit stick to eat. First down and 10 from the 26-yard line, under a minute left. Pickens back to throw to Pat Frymuth underneath, complete yet again for a gain of 4 yards, but the clock is continuing to tick, and the Steelers are not showing any signs of using any of their 3 timeouts. Bijan Robinson makes the catch there underneath, gets the first down, ducks out of bounds with 20 seconds left. First down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Pickett back to throw. No, he's actually going to hand this ball off to Bijan Robinson. Not really sure what's going on here. Now he decides to call the timeout, so I guess they want to end with one final timeout. Pickett's looking for the end zone here, scanning the field, ends up finding Pat Frymuth yet again underneath. They call their second timeout with 1 timeout remaining from the 10-yard line. It's third down and 6. Pickett's looking to throw. Another completion to Michael Pittman. Makes the catch out of bounds at the 6-yard line. It's fourth down and 3 with 7 seconds left. Handoff goes to Bijan Robinson, and he does have enough for the first down, and the Steelers call their final timeout. It's first down and goal from the 3-yard line with 3 seconds left. The Steelers want to end this game on a high note. Pickett's going to keep this one himself, and he's going to be planted by Jamin Davis at the 2-yard line, and that's going to be the end of this game. The Washington Commanders keep the home winning streak alive by beating the Pittsburgh Steelers by 21 points. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe for more Washington Commanders gameplay, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.
And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.